I'm Marce, and I'm gonna be asking people what their goals for next year are. Who am I here with?
My name's Anahi.
And what's your goal for next year?
To pass all my classes.
Who am I here with? Who am I here with?
Kedra.
And what's your goal for next year?
My goal for next year is to be nonchalant and mature.
Who am I here with?
Michaela.
And what's your goal for next year?
And my goal for this year is to make what was my goal? I don't care. It was to make all eggs in fourth quarters, and I completed that goal.
Who am I here with?
Chloe.
And what's your goal for next year?
To get all the hugs.
Who am I here with?
Why are you recording?
Who am I here with?
Avery.
And what's your goal for next year?
I don't know. Maybe have a good life in New York.
Who am I here with?
Ernest.
And what's your goal for next year?
To go 5 inches.
Who am I here with?
Samuel.
And what's your goal for next year?
Probably not fail and get a girlfriend.
Who am I here with?
Riley.
And what's your goal for next year?
To die.
Who am I here with?
want to play werewolf. It's not fun.
Who am I here with?
Bob,
And what's your goal for next year?
be better.
Who am I here with?
Huh?
Who am I here with?
Preston Mack.
And what's your goal for next year?
Win and pass.
Who am I here with?
Huh?
Who am I here with?
Sam.
And what's your goal for next year?
Not die.
Who am I here with?
Kieran.
And what's your goal for next year?
To pass all my classes and get more awards.
Who am I here with? And what's your goal for next year?
To not crash and burn in algebra.
Here with?
Raida.
And what's your goal for next year?
To pass all my classes.
I have cracker. You want crackers? Who am I here with?
Kenny Danger, aka Kennedy Jones.
And what's your goal for next year?
My goal for next year? To survive, yeah.
Who am I with? And what's your goal for next year?
To be in advanced reading.
Who am I here with?
Gideon.
And what's your goal for next year?
My goal for next year is to get into advanced theater.
Period.